You were told that the Empire in Star Wars fell because of one flaw. A thermal exhaust port. A tiny opening no bigger than a womp rat. One lucky shot. One farm boy. One impossible miracle. That is the story everyone remembers. And if you have ever looked at the Death Star's design for more than 30 seconds, something starts to bother you. Because the Death Star was not a prototype built by amateurs. It was the most expensive engineering project in galactic history. Millions of workers, thousands of scientists, generations of research, a battle station the size of a moon, and somehow nobody noticed that a single missile could trigger a chain reaction capable of destroying the entire structure. The explanation never made sense. It was too convenient, too simple, too clean. Because the Death Star was not destroyed because of a design flaw. It was destroyed because someone wanted it destroyed. And once you understand who that someone was, the entire galactic civil war looks completely different. The first clue appears before the Death Star is even operational. The Empire is obsessed with secrecy. Every project is compartmentalized. Every officer knows only what they need to know. Yet somehow the rebels acquire complete technical schematics of the most classified military installation in existence. Think about that. Not partial schematics, not outdated plans, not rough estimates. Complete engineering data. Enough information to identify a weakness buried deep inside a structure spanning over 160 kilometers. That isn't espionage. That is access. Someone on the inside wanted those plans found. Most people stop their investigation there. They assume it was simple sabotage. But the truth is stranger. Because the Death Star's weakness wasn't hidden. It wasn't accidental. It was mathematically perfect. The reactor shaft connected directly to the station's power core. Exactly where an engineer would place it. Exactly where a military analyst would eventually find it. The flaw wasn't a mistake. It was a doorway. And that changes everything. The Empire's greatest weapon was built under the supervision of countless brilliant minds. Yet one scientist appears again and again in every version of the story. Not an admiral, not a politician, an engineer, a designer, a man who spent years helping construct the very machine that would eventually kill him. Why? Because if your goal is to destroy a superweapon, the safest place to hide a bomb is inside the blueprint itself. The Empire believed power came from control. Control information, control resources, control fear, control populations. The Death Star was supposed to be the final expression of that philosophy. A weapon so overwhelming that resistance became irrational. But there is a problem with systems built entirely on fear. Fear suppresses truth. People stop reporting problems, stop challenging assumptions, stop questioning orders. A system designed for absolute obedience slowly loses the ability to detect its own failures. The Empire thought obedience made it stronger. It was actually making itself blind. Every officer feared failure. Every commander feared punishment. Every engineer feared speaking up. The result was a military machine that looked invincible from the outside, while accumulating vulnerabilities from within. The rebels were not fighting a stronger enemy. They were fighting an enemy that could no longer see itself clearly. And nowhere is that blindness more obvious than in Grand Moff Tarkin. Tarkin believes the Death Star has already won the war, not because it can destroy planets, because he believes fear itself is permanent. Listen carefully to his assumptions. The station destroys Alderaan, an entire world erased, billions dead, and Tarkin interprets the event as proof of success. But terror does not create loyalty, it creates compliance. And compliance is not the same thing. People obey while they are afraid. The moment fear weakens, resistance returns stronger than before. The Death Star wasn't eliminating rebellion, it was manufacturing it. Every planet that witnessed Alderaan's destruction learned the same lesson. The Empire would never stop. There would be no compromise, no negotiation, no safety through obedience. The Death Star was supposed to end the conflict. Instead, it transformed a political struggle into a fight for survival. The Empire built a weapon intended to crush hope. It accidentally gave the galaxy a reason to unite. That is why the Battle of Yavin matters. Not because a station exploded, because an idea exploded. For decades, the Empire appeared unstoppable. The Death Star was supposed to prove that belief. Its destruction proved the opposite. The impossible had happened. The giant could bleed, the machine could fail, the empire could lose. And once people believe a system can lose, the system is already in danger. That is why Emperor Palpatine's reaction is so revealing. He does not abandon the Death Star concept, he builds another one. Larger, more powerful, more expensive. The same solution to the same problem. Because the Emperor misunderstands the threat. He thinks the rebels are a military challenge. They are not. They are a psychological challenge. The Empire keeps building stronger weapons because it assumes power comes from force. The rebellion keeps winning because it understands that power comes from belief. One side is fighting for control, other is fighting for meaning. And meaning is harder to destroy. The second Death Star proves the lesson. Palpatine constructs a trap so elaborate that victory appears inevitable. The rebel fleet is trapped, the shield is active, the station is operational, the Imperial fleet has superior numbers, every variable is under control, every outcome calculated, every possibility accounted for, except one, human choice, the same factor that undermined every system before it. Palpatine can predict military actions, he can predict fear, he can predict ambition. What he cannot predict is sacrifice. He cannot understand why someone would throw away power for another person. He cannot understand why a father would save a son, because systems built entirely around domination eventually lose the ability to understand love, and that blindness becomes fatal. The Emperor sees Vader as a tool, the rebellion sees people. The Emperor believes loyalty comes from fear. Luke believes it comes from redemption. One worldview treats consciousness as a resource, the other treats it as something sacred. When Vader turns, the Empire loses, not because of military strategy, not because of technology, because the foundation of the entire system collapses in a single moment. The Empire spent